Hello everybody, it's TMOG 217. Welcome to a LEGO Star Wars set review. Take a look at set number 75347, the TIE Bomber. This is a set that released on January 1st of 2023, contains 625 pieces and 4 minifigures, and is the first time we've gotten this set in a long time. It's also a part of the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. So here is the TIE Bomber all built up, and honestly, at first glance, you would think this is a cool looking model. It's definitely an upgrade from the last one, which I believe released in 2002, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, anyway, this is the year it came out in. Anyway, yeah, it's a pretty all-around good-looking build. It definitely looks like a TIE Bomber. The only issue I have right off the bat, which is going to shatter your guys' illusion, this is normally meant to be a downscale version of the TIE Bomber because, you know, it's minifigure scale, etc. It's supposed to be cheaper, 85 Canadian dollars, sure, whatever, let's go with that. But this isn't into scale with what you would assume to be into scale with. The TIE Fighter that released in 2020, if memory serves correctly. The proportions are just completely off with this set. The cockpit should be much bigger. In fact, even the same size as this, because like these are supposed to be the same height in terms of the wingspan, and it's just not. This is very much out of proportion for scaling with the TIE Fighter, which is a little disappointing because at least with the Imperial vehicles, you think that they would at least look similar, especially for the fact that this is a remake that has been long awaited. Anyway, you do have some printed pieces over the build here. You do have this dish piece as a printed piece, as well as a proton torpedo launcher. You do have 2 stud shooters, which you press down and it will fire a 1x1 translucent stud. You do get extras of those to fill in if you do lose any. Anyway, you get 2 of those to fire. You get a printed piece right here, which was also used in the TIE Fighter. The wings, I guess, can be movable, but they're not meant to be. The overall build of this feels pretty sturdy. Doesn't feel like it'll be something that comes apart right away. I don't know. It's got like a little thing at the bottom here. I guess it's supposed to be a stability thing. Anyway, the only other play feature this set has is at the top here. It's a little obvious. You got some flick fire missiles, so that way these can pop out and, you know, make it look like you're doing a bomber run. So giving a little bit of a demonstration. That's kind of how that looks. You only get 4 of them. Well, technically 4 to load into the build. You do get 2 in the alternate or side build. But yeah. Those are easily reloadable because they're just flick fire missiles. Anyway, moving on to the inner cockpit piece, it can open up like so. And you can see I already have the minifigure placed inside. And it's a little bit of a hassle to get this minifigure in here. He doesn't stud in whatsoever. And you kind of have to fiddle with him to kind of get him in place because, you know, it takes a little playing with, but gets used to it. Now, this figure does come with a blaster, and I don't know if it's intentional or not, but there's a little gap in here that can be used as weapon storage. So that's kind of what I've done. It's a little hard to get out, so maybe it wasn't intended for weapon storage, but anyway, works enough for me for storage use to put the weapon in there. But anyway, you can see a little bit more into the interior. The only dislike, again, I guess, which I don't know, is a little bit of a dislike. It's not something that personally affects me, is the fact that you can't see the minifigure through the window, but that's just because it's covered up by bricks and uses that translucent a dish piece. But that's a little bit of a step down, but it's an okay one for me because it makes sense. You want to try and capture the TIE Bomber as best as you can with this build. So yeah, I don't know. There's not really much else to say about the main build. So I guess we can just move on to the side build, I guess, and then we'll move on to the minifigures. So for the side build, you have a little transportation ammunition cart. I don't know what to quite call this. I think ammunition cart probably fits the best. You get 2 more of the TIE Bomber missiles to fill it up. I guess if you lose it, I don't know. I feel like it would have been cool if they would have carried over what they did with the Boba Fett Slave 1 starship thingy and just made this like doubles as a stand some way. Just having it being a weapons cart kind of seems a little pointless because flick fire missiles aren't really easy to lose compared to stud shooters. You do have enough room to fit 1 minifigure, so it just fits in like so using one of the minifigures included. You can see right here. You can just have it, you know, rotating around the airlock or something. Yeah, not much else to say about this. Let's move on to the minifigures. So taking a look at the first two minifigures included in this set, on the left we have the TIE Fighter pilot, and on the right we have Darth Vader. Apparently the TIE Fighter pilot uses all new printed pieces. Only complaint I have with this TIE Fighter pilot is that it doesn't have printed arms, and I feel like with the fact that this is an 85 Canadian dollar set, it really should have arm printing. Like, if you're going to give us a new torso and legs and a helmet, go the extra mile and give us arm printing like you did for Darth Vader, even though that's an already existing piece, but still. Anyway, TIE Fighter pilot just uses a generic Bruce Wayne minifigure head, so that's to be expected. That's what they've done in the past. So anyway, as to Darth Vader, he does have a spongy fabric cape, so that gets points for me. Almost everything about this minifigure is an exclusive except for one thing, and that is the facial print. So I guess LEGO's trying to see how many facial expressions they can give Vader underneath the mask. I don't know. It kind of seems like a weird inclusion for a set like this to include a Darth Vader. I feel like maybe he would have fit more in his own kind of TIE fighter. You know, it's been a while since we got one of those. That's just me. Anyway, not much else to say about these two minifigures. Let's have a look at what else is included in the set with the other two minifigures. So for the last two minifigures included in this set, on the left you have Vice Admiral Sloane. Not quite sure who that is. I guess it's like a comic book character. Cool, I guess. Kind of looks a little simplistic. Kind of wish that there would have been at least something for detail. Maybe like dual molded legs or something. And then on the right, we have a Imperial Gonk droid, you know, because LEGO apparently is listening to the fandom that we like Gonk droids. I honestly could live without them. I don't mind. It's a nice inclusion. I can't complain too much. I do like that the Gonk droid uses the Imperial crate piece that was introduced in the Imperial Armor Marauder, memory serves correctly. So I kind of wish there would have been like an Easter egg placed inside of the Gonk droid, because, you know, it's a great piece. Like, give something like a battery and put inside it. That's just me. Anyway, Vice Admiral Sloane apparently has a unique torso as of the time of this recording, as well as a unique facial print, again, as of the time of this recording. I say that because I'm pretty sure this could be used in a future Admiral figure or whatever, or just Star Wars figure in general, etc. No double-sided facial expression, and yeah, kind of and minifigures, not gonna lie. Anyway, moving on to what else is included in this set. Taking a look at the instructions included in this set, you have, of course, the horrible rendition of the set itself. Then you got an advertisement for the digital instructions and how LEGO's supposedly going to be switching to paper bags eventually. Anyway, flipping it open, you have Darth Vader instead of the TIE Fighter pilot as the progress bar. Again, should have been the TIE Fighter pilot. Anyway, flipping all the way to the back, just shows the completed model. And then a parts listing that goes on for 2 pages. 3 pages. No advertisements, surprisingly, but you do get a Rebuild the World thing, as well as a win at the back. In terms of extra parts, this is all that I got in my copy of the set. Overall, for 85 Canadian dollars, I don't know if this is really worth it. I mean, like, if you don't have a TIE Bomber in your collection, this is probably the best option you're going to get for a few years. The minifigure selection is a little bit questionable. I don't feel like Darth Vader was needed. I'd even go as far as to say I would have loved another Stormtrooper to army build with. Admiral Sloane, cool, I guess, inclusion. Not really going to complain much other than the fact that I wish more detail was given. Again, printing on the arms, if you're going to have all new pieces, Gonk droid's nice. Side build is a little bit questionable. It's like it's trying to make it more worthwhile, but eh. And the main issue, again, is the fact that the proportions are way off with the 2020 TIE Fighter. So, again, I really feel like if LEGO had tried to make this proportionally into scale with at least the other TIE Fighter in mind, this probably would have improved this set a lot more, especially for that $85 price point. Heck, maybe you could have made it a $100 price point and included, like, I don't know, a loading ramp or something like that. I don't know. In terms of if you want to pick this set up, again, pick it up only if you're getting a really good deal. I don't suggest picking this up at full price. This is probably something you want to pick up on clearance or something of that sort, especially with the kind of figures you're getting in the build, etc. It's okay besides that. Anyway, those are more or less my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, all that fun stuff. Anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you all in a future video. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.